Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. Want to go ahead and do a hair tutorial. For some reason, I feel like on my channel nobody was checking for my hair tutorials, but I noticed you guys have been requesting it a lot. So I went ahead and did my Flexi Rod hair tutorials. I don't know, that's what you call it, but this is what it ends up looking like. I'll show you guys all the steps and the products I use and whatnot. So if you do try it out, please let me know down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so let's begin, and y'all can see this is my puff after 7 days, and y'all can tell the curls are still there, they're still bouncy. I honestly didn't need to do my hair, but I wanted to show you guys how I get my hair so curly. So we're moving on to washing my hair. I use a Crème of Nature shampoo and the Cantu deep treatment mask. And I know you guys are probably thinking like, girl, how do you still have makeup on after you wash your hair? But y'all, it was so late at night. I was trying to start this whole hair tutorial, so I didn't do my face, but this is what my hair looks like after I wash it. And when I take it off, I know a lot of people are gonna think that my hair is damaged. It's honestly not, you guys. My curl pattern is a little bit different than most people, but it's still there, trust me. But right now what I'm doing is splitting my hair in 4 sections, and I'm just parting it. Now moving on to blow dry my hair, I'm using my TRESemme heat protectant, and I'm spraying this all over my hair before I do blow dry it. Before you blow dry your hair or put any type of heat in it, make sure you use a heat protectant. And y'all, like when it comes to blow dry my hair, I hate it because my hair is so thick, and by the time I'm done, I'm low-key sweating. So that's why I hate blow drying my hair. But right now I'm just sectioning my hair off into little sections, and I'm just gonna blow dry it. And y'all would notice that my blow dryer has a comb at the end, and if you have thick hair or any type of hair, honestly, get this type of blow dryer because it makes it so much easier than using a brush. Just trust me, you guys. And oh, I do want to mention, when it comes to this hairstyle, you don't have to blow dry your hair. You can use it on wet hair, but the reason why I do blow dry is because I want the curls to be as long as possible, and this is the best way to achieve it. If you use it on wet hair, your curls are going to be very short, but once you blow dry your hair or elongate your hair, it makes it a lot more longer. So I just want to go ahead and point that out. Now at this point, I just started going crazy with the hair dryer because I was getting tired of it. It was hot in that room, y'all. So yeah, I'm just going crazy on my hair right now. But once it's done, y'all can see I have a lot of thickness in my hair, which is really good for curly hair because it just makes it look very thick and luscious. So I love that. So yeah, that's what my hair looks like once it's blow dried. And we're gonna go ahead and start on the tutorial. So when it comes to my hair, these are all the products I use. I have everything in there, and the most important stuff is my curl maker from Camille Rose, and also my Camille Rose Almond Dye Twist and Butter. This is what I use on my hair. If I don't have this stuff, you guys, I can honestly use anything else, but I noticed with this, it makes my curls last a whole lot longer. So what I'm doing now is sectioning off my hair. You can use smaller sections, bigger, sections. You don't have to use anything in particular. It's just your preference. And when it comes to my hair, I first go ahead and spray it with some water just to make it wet. Of course, I know it kind of defeats the purpose because we just blow dried it, but at the same time, trust me, it helps making your curls look a whole lot longer. So I'm adding a little bit of gel right now to the hair. Make sure you don't add too much gel because it will flake. I noticed that on my hair, at least it does flake. But now I'm using a little bit of butter, and I love using a lot of this stuff because it really helps to lock in the curls and just the twist later on. So what I do now is I go ahead and split it in 2 sections after I put all the products in there. And I first comb it out. Actually, I'm kind of going a little bit faster than the video, but you first comb it out and then you split it in 2 sections. And I do about like 3 to 4 twists in the hair because it helps the roots lay a little bit flatter and also makes the hair look a little bit longer. But you can go ahead and use as many twists as you want first. But I'm just combing it out again just to make sure everything is smooth and ready. Then I grab my Flexi Rods, and what I do first, you guys, is I start off with the end of the hair, and you want to make sure that you lock the end of the hair. So what you do is you kind of twist on top of each other, that way the ends are locked in. So you can't really see it in this portion of the video, but later on you will see it. And then I twist my hair. Now, when it comes to the back portion of my hair, I like the twist to be very, very, what's the word? I don't want any space between the Flexi Rods. I want it to be very tight, to have a very tight curl back there, because I notice that's like the portion of my hair that drops the fastest and kind of gets loose the fastest. So I make sure it's very, very tight at the back of my head. So I'm basically doing the same steps all over again. So I'm spraying my hair with some water, and you can add as much water as you want. But for me, I add a little bit because I want my hair to be as long as possible. And then I'm adding some gel, of course, and a little bit of the butter later on. Then I'm twisting my hair and whatnot. So it's the same steps over and over again, but I will show you guys multiple times in case you guys are confused. But yeah, this is what I basically do when it comes to my Flexi Rods. So right here, I'm splitting my hair into two, of course, and I do about like 2 to 3 twists, maybe 4. I can never tell. And I do want to mention one thing. When it comes to the Flexi Rods and the sizes, it all depends on your hair and how long it is, how thick it is. This is like the perfect Flexi Rod for my hair type, but I do want to mention, if you do have longer hair, there's different sizes out there. So I want to go ahead and quickly mention that. But of course, I lock the ends, of course. I kind of twist in about 3 times so I can lock the ends of my hair. Then I twist the Flexi Rods. Now for the front portion of my hair, this is when things get a little bit different. So I do the exact same steps. I do like about 2 to 3 twists. Then I do add the Flexi Rods. But when I add the Flexi Rods, you guys, I do want to mention one thing. I do add a little bit of space in between because I do want my front pieces to be a little bit more longer and just like droop down a little bit more so than the back pieces. So y'all can see I lock the ends. I twist in about 2 to 3 times again, just to make sure the ends are locked in. And as I twist, I do add a little bit of space in between just to make sure that the front pieces are a little bit longer than the back. Okay, so I went ahead and slowed down this part because y'all can really tell what I do when it comes to my hair from this angle. So you go ahead and spray your hair, you put the products in there, but of course it's going to show you guys a little bit more in depth what I do in terms of locking the ends of my hair and twisting the hair. And then once I'm done with this portion, y'all, I'm going to do the other side off camera just because this hairstyle took a little bit longer than normal. I did it so late at night, so I was kind of going a little bit slower than I normally do, but this is basically how I do my hair when it comes to the Flexi Rods. Alright, so it was about 2:20 in the morning when I was done, you guys. And when it comes to this hairstyle, make sure you do it in the evening or the afternoon, about 4 or 5 or 6, because when you wake up the next day, you want it to be as dry as possible. But this is what my hair looks like up close, so y'all can see the definition and how I did the curls. And to be honest, when it comes to sleeping with this in your hair, it's very, very uncomfortable. So I do sleep on the back of my hair just because the Flexi Rod is a little bit smaller in the back, but this is what the hair looks like, and there's different sizes just based on the length of my hair. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is the next day, and I'm taking down my hair, of course. And if I'm honest, you guys, my hair was a little bit wet still just because it was only about 8 hours. So like I told you guys before, make sure you do this early in the day, not as late as I did. But y'all can tell as I take it down, I'm not messing with the hair, of course. I will show you guys a little bit later on what I do in terms of the hair, but this is just how I take down my Flexi Rods. And before I do forget, if your hair is still a little bit wet, you can go ahead and use a blow dryer and blow it on top of your hair or sit underneath a dryer, just in case your hair is a little bit wet. But for me, I'm trying to use as less heat as possible, so I just air dry it. But for those who don't have enough time or who are in a rush, you can go ahead and use those methods. Now, before I even touch my hair, I go in with my Carol's Daughter hair Mimosa, and I add these between my fingers because when I touch my hair and unravel it, I don't want any frizz to occur. So I go ahead and put a little bit of this between my fingers. And what I do is I first split the hair in two, into the two twists that we did. And with each section, I go ahead and twist it between my fingers. That way the curls are still there, the definition is still there, and there's less frizz. And also, if I'm really honest, this part takes me so long. I think it took me probably like 30 minutes to do this whole portion of the hair tutorial because I want to make sure it's very defined, very curled, and just, you know, really nice. So it takes me a long time. But if you want bigger curls, you don't have to twist it as small as I did. You can leave it in bigger sections. But for me, I just love that very like defined curls. So I just go ahead and do this way. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and mention that because it does take a little bit of time. Okay, so moving on to my favorite part. This is where you get to make your hair as big and as fluffy and, just as curly as you want. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my comb and I'm just combing my roots. I'm not messing with the curls at all, you guys. I'm just combing my roots, and when I do that, my hair gets a lot more bigger and a lot more fluffier. And yeah, it's just my favorite part because everything just kind of comes together at this point. So yeah, basically what I'm doing right now is just messing with the hair, trying to add as much curls and volume as possible. But I love this hairstyle so much, you guys, and it can last about 5 to 7 days, depending on how you sleep and what you use to sleep at night. But I love this hairstyle on me. I think it fits me a whole lot more than any other hairstyle. But if you do try it out, please let me know down below because I want to know you guys' thoughts on it. Alright, so I do hope you guys enjoyed my hair tutorial. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but once you get it down, you'll be fine. And if you want to see any more hair tutorials, please let me know down below because I know you guys always ask me. But I did tell you guys I hate doing my hair. I literally hate it. But if you guys want to see a tutorial, just let me know down below and I'll do it for you guys. But I love you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, be your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.